everyone, welcome back. So I want to do a palette bingo because I haven't done it for ages. I've seen a few people going back to do them and they are quite fun because you don't know what you're going to get. And yeah, it's a way to motivate yourself and also use the makeup that you have. So I picked this palette, the only Glamlite one I own, with Michaela. It's got this annoying glitteriness in it. It is absolutely stunning. So it's got 30 shadows in here. I have just done a super basic base. And even though I put my makeup on, I'll put these shields on. It might take a little bit of makeup under here, but we can fix it. And I have a notepad beside me. And then the phone that I use and normally film with, I will use for the random number generator. So we've got 1 to 30. So let's just press the button and see what we get. So we've got number 24. So let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. This really dark purple. So it's called Authenticity. I'm going to write it down because I've got a memory like a sieve. So Authenticity. Right, and we're only going to pick 4 colours. I forgot to say that. Okay, so we're going to press again. And we've got the number 13. But will it be lucky? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. No, hold on. 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay. We've got this matte green here called 13. What are the chances? You couldn't literally not make that up if you tried, honestly. It is actually called 13. Oh well, okay. And here we go again. Number 3. So we have got this one here, which is called Popping. And then the last one we have got is number 20. Right, so this was 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So we've got another matte purple and it is called Pat Rice. Bloody hell. Okay, let's just have a look at what we've got here. So Authenticity is the deepest purple. Then we've got number 13, which is like a mint green. Popping is your, sort of skin tone coloured with pink reflex in it, which I've completely just made an arse of swatching there. So I suppose that could go as an inner corner. And then you've got Pat Rice, which is another matte. So we've only got one shimmer, which is the popping one. Oh my days. Okay, well, the generator has spoken. So let's get these little covers on our eyes or under our eyes and see what the hell we can create. These are also good because if you want to use them as a guide, you know, for shape as well. It's handy for that too. Oh my days, I don't know where to start. Plus, colourful makeup and me never have the best reputation. Okay, so, oh my days. I'm going to start with the darkest one then, Authenticity or Authenticity, however you say it. And I'm just going to take it really lightly on the outer corner and sort of in, and just lightly build up the colour. The only reason I've put these little shields on is more for fallout, not for anything else. It's a very nice colour. It's got plenty of pigment in it anyway. And I haven't put any base on my eyes because my eyelids are really dry anyway. And as I say, you can use this to just guide you. I'm finding it really warm today, people, but I think it's my hormones. Again, just taking it on the outer edge and sort of bring it down. That's the thing with doing like a palette bingo and stuff. You just don't know what they're going to pick and whether it's going to match or no, or whether you're going to get, you know, like the mattes or the shimmers, or you don't know what is going to happen. And then you just get to play about and see what happens. I'm trying to match both eyes, but knowing my luck, they won't because they never do. I'm just taking a clean brush, got nothing on it. I must admit, it looks to be a wee bit patchy. I've got to look down into my mirror because I need to see what I'm doing. Though it is blending pretty well. Seagull agrees with me. So at least someone does. Okay, right, let's just stop for a minute. We'll go into Pat Rice, which is this shade of matte, and it's still a purple. And I'm going to take this on a Peaches and Cream PC35, and we're going to lightly, again, there's not a lot of kick up. I'm just going to start putting this in this part of the eye and just sort of taking it out and over. I think it's going to be a trust the process sort of a dealie here. It's really warm, it's like so clammy. So uncomfortable. Or I'm finding it like that. My partner, he was like, it's not warm, I think it's cool. I'm like, good for you. And then I'm going to not take that. Let's take another fluffy brush with nothing on it. And again, we'll just do a bit of blending on the edges and stuff. Back and forth. Seems to have blended okay. I'm just going to move this a wee bit. Just down. Because I don't want this kind of sharp line. We want it to go that way a wee bit. So with this same brush though, I'm going to see if we can soften up this edge. Still recording. Just soften it up so it's not as harsh from where it was sitting. Might need a bit more of a stiffer brush though. Okay, again I'm going to go back into that first authenticity, and I'm just going to deepen up where we'd put that because we've lost that shade again. This thing's moving now because I'm roasting. It doesn't want to stick because I'm sweating. There you go. Okay. I have to say this deeper purple is very, very patchy. I'm finding it. Very patchy. I'm starting to go off doing colourful looks on myself. Like, I just find it so difficult to make them look nice. I much prefer just the, you know, the more natural looks. But then when you've got a stunning palette like that and you see all the colours, then I'm just like, oh, but I love a bit of colour. So I think I just need to sit off camera though and practice with them till I find a way that works for me, kind of thing. But you see some of these other people, and because they're like so creative and artistic, they know how to sort of sort it all. Now I'm going to take the number 13 shade, excuse me, a bit of an itchy nose, and I'm going to take this kind of flat brush and I'm going to go into it, and we're going to put that at the lower lash line since it's the only other colour that we've been given other than a purple. And just run that along. Very nice colour actually. Minty pastel sort of green. See, this is why I chose this palette as well out of all the ones that I've got, because I was just like, I've only used it a few times since I got it, and it wasn't cheap, you know. Plus it's a really good way, as I said, to get the use of it. Clean brush again, and just through this mud. Just to blend it. Okay. And then the last shade I've got is Popping, which is this puttied textured. Wow, look at that. That is something else. Oh my god, the shadow's like literally falling apart. It's flaking off so bad. Oh my goodness. It's literally, I'm not even kidding you. I can't even show you because it's literally going to fall apart. Great news. Right, and then I'm just lightly going to... Now this one does have fall down. As you can see, it's gone on to this. I don't know how to show you the shadow without it being... Look, see how it's all crumbled? It's one of those putty sort of ones, and I'm just using my hand trying to get it on there, and it's just wanting to like completely come out of the palette. So I don't know if anyone else has experienced that, if they have this palette. But oh my god, is it one stunning shade. Might have saved the look, maybe. Let's just give that a wee zhuzh. I think that is actually quite nice. Just again, I'm not a big fan of this purple shade, this deeper purple, but I'm kind of trying to intensify it there. I think I'm going to come off camera, do a bit of a tidy up, sort it out a wee bit, and then come back to you. So I'll be back in a minute. I'm back. So I did a little bit of a tidy up, and I've put some mascara on and I've put a lip oil on, but this is my finished look. It's nicer than I thought it would turn out, and I'll just show you again. This is the palette we used, the Glamlite's in Nikeda. It's her second launch with them, and the shades that I got was this one here, this one up here, this lilac, and then this shade here, which is literally falling apart in the pan, if you can see. So I hope you enjoyed the video and you like the look that I managed to create using the palette. It might inspire you to get your palettes out. Even if you don't do social media, just get a random number generator on your phone or your tablet or what have you. Decide how many numbers that you want to pick and go with what the number generator picks you and see what inspiration you can get from it. As I say, sometimes it's overwhelming. Like, the main thing that drew me to this palette was the shimmers, because always the shimmers. I love a shimmery green and I love a lilac. So when I saw this palette on Beauty Boxes by Tammy, I was like, I need that in my life. And it was like £52, so it's not cheap. But when I look at these kind of palettes and I see all the colours, I'm just like, I want to just do the shimmer and be done, which is fine. But actually creating a proper look, I'm like, oh my God. Whereas if I've got something like the new Be Perfect Gravity palette, which is your more cool toned, I'm just like, I find this more easier to do a look. And it's not as daunting. So I've got to push myself out my comfort zone. It's also why this one, for example, High Tide by Colourpop, my lovely friend Laura got me this, and this is just Juliana palette, like teal, oh my God. But when I look at that, I'm like, oh, especially with the mattes, I would happily just go into any of the shimmers and just put that all over my lid. But see this shade here? Get an angled liner brush or eyebrow brush, spray a bit of setting spray on it, and I use it as a liner. And honest to God, it is just stunning. No, I can't get my palette back in its wee holder. So yeah, that's enough for me for just now. Please do hit the like button, subscribe to my channel, click the bell to be notified of when I next upload. And yeah, I think we'll come back with some more palette bingos in between other videos, because it's a great way to try it out. I might even, for the next one, use my Odin's Eye palette, because in this palette, so far I have only used these two greens at the top, this brown, and those two, I think. So I've got some more like these colours to use, and the same with the other Odin's Eye one that I got as well, which is just at the top here, so I'll show you. So I've got this Odin's Eye one as well, and I've only done a look with the purples in here. I haven't touched any of the green ones. So again, I could either do a palette bingo or I might just do a separate look. So guys, I hope you have a great week, and I'm away to watch some Benidorm because I'm absolutely obsessed. I've seen the programme, I don't even know when it came out, and I was like, nah, not for me. And then himself was like, oh, my pal was saying that Benidorm's great, he loves it. And we'd finished watching, what were we watching? Oh, we were watching Last Man on Earth on Disney Plus, and he was like, why don't we give this Benidorm a try? And now I'm like hooked, it's great. So yes, I'm away to watch that. It's easy to watch, it's a comedy, it's light-hearted. So if you're looking for something and you haven't watched Benidorm, it is actually really worth a watch. So yep, bye.